Hello guys, welcome to Java Core Programming course. This lecture is 7 and I am going to start section 2. So today's agenda, we are going to discuss relational operators, logical operators, if-else statements and nested if-else statements. Decision making in Java. Decision making is very important. It is fundamental in programs. We make decisions to select a certain statement or a block of statement to execute. There are two sets of operators that are used for decision making: logical operators and relational or comparison operators. These operators are used in logical expressions that evaluates to true or false. Based on those true and false conditions, we take decisions. Relational or comparison operators are used to compare values. The result of comparing is a Boolean value, true or false, that help us take decisions. Their operators are binary. These operators are binary operators. They take two operands to decide. Logical operators are used for concluding logical expressions. The resulting value is always a Boolean value, true or false value, that is used to take decisions. These are the relational or comparison operators: greater than, less than, greater than equal to, less than equal to, not equal to. These are six relational or comparison operators, and these are the results of comparing values. For example, if x is equal to 5 and y is equal to 3, x is greater than y evaluates to true. And if we evaluate y is greater than 5, y is greater than x, it will evaluate to false. Similarly, we will use other 5 relational operators to compare two values and make a logical expression that evaluates to a Boolean value, true or false. And based on that result, we will take action to execute a certain block of statement. Logical operators. 5 logical operators. These operators are used in building logical expressions by combining different conditions. These operators are handy to avoid nested if-else blocks, and we will discuss that shortly. So basically, these logical operators are used to combine multiple conditions to make a complex logical expression. That expression is then evaluated to true or false, a Boolean value, and used to take action. So AND operator, this operator and this operator, their result is same, but their processing different. For example, logical AND combines two conditions. We are comparing x is greater than y and x is greater than z. So and conditional AND doing the same thing, but there is a fundamental difference between and conditional AND operator. In this case, both the conditions are evaluated, no matter first one is true or false. In this case, first one is evaluated first. If the result is true, it goes to evaluate the second logical expression. If this evaluates to false, it just stops evaluating the next logical expression. So it is a basically shorthand or short circuit. If this is true, it goes to evaluate this one. Otherwise, it does not. Same goes for these two. This is logical OR and this is conditional OR. Logical OR checks all the conditions, no matter this one is true or false. In case of conditional OR, if the first is true, it executes the next block or condition or return or evaluate the expression to true. If this is false, it evaluates this one. In case of not operator, it inverses the value of or evaluation of logical expression. If x is greater than y is evaluated to true, not operator it reverses the result and make true to false and false to true. So if statement. So if statement help us decide whether or not to run a single statement or a block of statement. This is general syntax of if statement. In case of single statement to execute, we can skip curly braces. If we want to execute multiple statements within the if block, we used to enclose them into curly braces. This is flowchart for the if statement. This is a condition if expression. This expression is evaluated. If it is true, it executes the if body or if expression block. If it does not, it goes to the next statement. And else class. So else class combines with if statement. In case of if statement, if condition is true, the block executes. If we combine else with the if statement becomes in this form. If expression is evaluated to true, if block is executed. If it evaluates to false, else block will be executed. So in this case, we either execute this one or this one. This is the flow chart. Here, decision will be made. If the Boolean expression is evaluated to true, it will go into the if block and execute the if block. If the decision is false, it goes into the else block here and execute the else block. And then in both cases, goes to the next statement or end of the program. Okay, now nested if statements. We can also nest if-else statements to further branch our code into execution. Look at this flowchart. This is top level if block. If this if statement condition evaluates to true, it goes into this decision loop. Or if it is false, it goes to take this decision. In this condition, it checks true. If true, it runs this block. Otherwise, it goes to next statement or stop the execution. And here same goes here. Condition is evaluated. If it is true, it runs the if block. If it is not true, it goes to next statement or end of the program. So nested if statements help us implement complex logic. This same nested if else statements we can combine with logical operators into a single if else. This is an example. Let me show you the entire syntax. Okay, so if outer if expression evaluated, if it is true, it goes into this if block. This if block condition evaluated, if true, if block is executed. If this expression is false, it goes into else block and else block will be executed. Same way we can add else clause here. In the else clause we can again nest the if else statements. Thank you guys, and let's begin coding to test our concepts. Thank you. Hello guys, let's practice lecture 7 concepts: relational operators, logical operators, and if else statements and nested if statements. Let's begin by creating a class. If statements. Add main method. Entry point of program. Okay, let's practice if statements. What is an if statement? So we need if keyword, parenthesis, condition, and statements. As we studied, this is if statement. So when we evaluate, when the computer evaluates this condition and it is true, the statement will be executed. So let's symbolically run it. Let's say we have a flag, boolean flag is equal to true, and flag is our condition, and it is true, so it will print this statement, dot println I am inside if block. So let's run it. So this will print this statement. Okay, now if it is false, it does not run. Let's put something here. After if block. So run it. So after if block is printed, but this is not printed because condition is false, so it does not enter into if block. Okay, now let's add else class. So else I am inside else block. Okay, this is false, so it will enter into else block. Else block is the block if the if statement condition is not true, this block will be executed. Let's test it. So it is inside else block because the condition is false. So if it is true, the if block will be executed and this block will be skipped inside if block, and this block is skipped. This is after the if block. Okay, now nesting. We can nest if else statements. Okay, let's put another condition. Let's say flag 2, boolean flag 2 is equal to true. Okay, if flag 2, this condition is true, I am inside nested if block. Okay, otherwise I am inside nested else block. Okay, we can copy this and place it here because we can nest if block into else block and if block into if block. So I am inside nested if block and I am inside nested else block. So for our condition is true, so we will enter into this block, and then we have flag is equal to flag 2 is equal to true, so this block will execute and this will be printed. This is printed and this is printed. This will be skipped and this entire block is skipped. Let's test it. Okay, I am inside if block here. then it check the condition of this if statement. It is true, so it enter into this statement, and this one skipped, and then entire else is skipped and it comes here. Okay, now let's swap false. Now flag 2 is false, so it will enter here, print this one, and check this one false, so enter here, and this will be printed. Let's see it. See, this block is here. Now this is false and this is also false, so it will skip this entire statement. It enters here, print this one, check this one, this is also false, so skip it and enter here and print this statement. Let's see. Run the file. So it is inside else block, printed this one, then it printed inside the else block this one. This is how nested if else and if statements work. Now let's test these with the actual statements. Let's test with the relational operators. Relational operators. Okay. Let's leave it here. We add new practice relational operators. They are 6: greater than, less than, greater than equal to, less than equal to, and equal to and not equal to. So we have two variables, int x is equal to 5, int y is equal to, let's say, 7. Okay, so we check with the relational expression, logical expression. If x is greater than 7, x is equal to 5, greater than y is equal to 7. So it is obviously not true. So we go into else block and print it here. Less than. Okay, so let's print it. So x is less than, y is equal to 7, this statement, because x greater than 7 evaluates to false. This is how relational operators are used to compare two values. Value of x is compared with value of y, and we have the result as false. So if block will be skipped and it enters into else block. Same way we can check for less than. If x is less than y, so this will be printed. Greater than y. Run the file. So x5 is less than y7. This one, because x is less than y, a value is to true, so this will be executed. Same way we can combine relational or other logical expressions by use of logical operators. Logical operators are 5: AND operator, OR operator, NOT operator, and conditional OR operator or short circuit, and conditional AND operator. Okay. Let's make a statements to test other relational operators. Okay, let's say system.out x is equal to 5 and y is equal to 7. Okay, now less than greater than y is equal to 7. And same way we copy it to test the other 6 relational operators. Okay, this is less than, greater than, equal to, less than, equal to, and not equal to. Less than, greater than, equal to, less than, equal to, equals to, and not equals to. So this will print the results true and false. Let's run it. Okay, here are our output. X is equal to 5 and y is equal to 7, greater than, false, less than, true, greater than, equal to, false, because 5 is not equal to or greater than 7, less than or equal to, one condition is true, less than, so it is true, equal to, false, not equal to, true. This is how we can use all the 6 different relational operators. Okay, now relational operators. Let's say we have x is equal to 5, y is equal to 7, and z is equal to, let's say, 3. Okay, if x is greater than, equal to 7 and x is greater than, equal to z, x is greater than, equal to y, and x is greater than, equal to z, else not equal to. True, false. Declare it because xy is already declared. So run the file. So this is false because this evaluates to false. So how this works? First logical expression evaluated because of and. This is a logical operator. It evaluates 2 logical operators or expressions, and this one also evaluated. This is false and this is true. It needs both must be true. So this is how it works. Truth table. Truth table is, it works like this: A, B, and this is true, false, result is false, true, 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 false, true, false, and false, false is equal to false. So it is only true in case of both the expressions are true. These two, this one true and this one true. What is the difference between and operators? In case of AND operator, it must check this one, and no matter it is true or false, it also checks this one. If we use this operator, if this one is false, it does not check this one. That is why it is called conditional AND operator, or we also call it short circuit operator. So the same way OR operators works. Or either condition is true, this will execute. Let's check. Run. So here AND operator, it returns false, so this one executed. In case of OR operator, any one of these two logical expressions true, this will operate. So this is true because x is equal to 5 and z is equal to 3. So this is true, so it will execute this one. In case of OR operator, both the expressions are evaluated. If we use conditional OR, if this is true, it will execute this one. It does not evaluate this expression. If this is false, it will check this one. And if it is true, it runs this block. If both the conditions are true, it will run this block. So it is like this. And truth table. Or truth table. So let's copy this. These are the values. So true, false, result is true. True, true is true. And false, true is equal to true. And this is only false condition if both conditions are false. So either of the condition or both the conditions are true, the block will be executed, this block. If both conditions are false, this will be executed. In case of conditional OR, if first expression is true, it executes it. It does not evaluate this one. If we use simple OR operator, both the conditions will be executed and evaluated. NOT operator. NOT operator reverses the Boolean result. So let's say we have this one. X is greater than equal to Z, and it is true. So let's see what will happen when we execute this code. Run, and this is true. Okay, now if we apply NOT operator, this will become false and this block will be executed. See, this is how we combine different relational and logical operators to control over decisions and execute different blocks. These Boolean expressions are also used in loops. We will study them in the lecture for the do, while and other loops. Thank you guys. This is all for today, and please subscribe to my channel and promote the content. Thank you guys.